you have a New Jersey state senator that said, I know what they are.
It's like a mothership or something.
Iran launched a mothership. Those were his exact words.
We're seeing these things. At the same time, you got all of these drones. And part of me wonders, are they sending up all these drones because they're trying to figure out what these things that have just appeared in our atmosphere are that can just disappear and shoot?
The watchers are returning. Okay, they're actually returning. They're manifesting in the sky. We're seeing miraculous signs. The government knows it. They've known about it. We're going to fake our own alien invasion before they come to consolidate power so that we can fight them when they do come.
Welcome into another Key of David podcast. And it's been a minute. It's been a minute since the three of us have been on all at the same time. It's been a wild time since we got back from Mexico. I'm joined by the regular David the Lion Douglas. And look who we have for you today. That's right, Trevor the Key Keys. He's finally joined us. So excited. This one's going to be a little different because we're going to talk a little bit about Latter-day conspiracies. At the same time, we're going to be talking about Ezekiel's will, these drones that are going on. And of course, I'm going to turn it over to Trevor because he's of the three of us, he is the most elite conspiracy theorist of the three of us. So he's going to be talking about what's going on in New Jersey and really all over the world right now with drones and orbs and everything else. So Trevor, talk to us, man. What is going on in the skies?
It's some craziness right now. No doubt. It's been since Thanksgiving and maybe a little bit before Thanksgiving. There's been this outbreak in northern New Jersey, Bergen County, New Jersey, of UFOs, UAPs, drones, and tons and tons and tons of videos, footage, of it. And the first, if you're following this on Twitter, and because I follow Twitter, that's like my social media go-to. I don't use Instagram or anything else. I've been like watching this, and of course my feed is full of UFO stuff, right? Like the algos sending me anything UFO. So it's like UFO in New Jersey, and there's just like a lot of video, and I'm watching these things and I'm like, geez, like that's something. And then it starts going to where like there's so many of them that they go to the local police and they start talking to the police. The police like, we have no idea what it is. Then the mayor, right? And then you have New Jersey state senators and then senators who are going on CNN, going on these different news shows and saying, we don't know what they are, right? And that's how it starts. And then you have a New Jersey state senator that said, I know what they are. They're Iranian. They're Iranian.
It's like a mothership or something.
Iran launched a mothership. Those were his exact words, a mothership in the Atlantic Ocean, and have sent them over. And people are being like, if that's the case, how come they don't shoot them down, right? Then there's reports that people have tried to shoot them down. I've heard something as crazy as an F-22 tried to shoot them down, and they couldn't shoot them down. It's gotten to the point, so for the last, we're on December 15th today, right? So
16th, yeah.
16th. So this has been more than 2 weeks. It's probably like 3 weeks because it was a couple days before November that this started happening. And people are like on the camp of like UFO for the longest time, right? Now, in the last week, all of a sudden it shifted to drone, and you still have people that are like UFO. But drone is coming out more and more. And that's when the state senators started saying that it was Iranian, right? Well, we're going to watch all of these kind of progression, videos from Twitter. But there's videos of the state senator saying this is what it is, right? And then they have video of the Pentagon being interviewed from the press and saying, hey, are these Iranian? And they're saying, no, they're not Iranian. And they're saying, are they yours? Meaning, are they the Pentagon's? Are they U.S. governments? And they say, no, they're not. They're not ours. So
what is going on?
What is going on, right? And I'm going to save what's going on till the very end because I think now we do know what's going on, and it's not good. Okay, it's not at all good. It's probably the worst case scenario, and hopefully the government solves it.
But Trev, at the same time, you have these orbs that look like Ezekiel's will. Like, what are those? I know what the drones are, but what are these things that are like doing all sorts of Ezekiel will type stuff?
Yeah, there's some orbs, and nobody knows what that is, but it's happening at the same time.
But these orbs are almost different than New Jersey, right? So you got the New Jersey drone thing going on. At the same time, you got orbs that people are seeing in Arizona. Or are we going to talk about these orbs as well, and how my wife's like convinced it's Ezekiel's will? And if you don't know what Ezekiel's will is, you'll have to read Ezekiel chapter 1. And it's a will within a will with eyes.
On GPT so that it can, and then I had it explained. I said, explain to me the description in that, and then build me an image of it. And one of the things that it built looks very similar to the video Angie sent, Shane.
Okay, cool. Well, let's jump into all these. Dude, my tic tac is like, I start scrolling and it's orbs, drones. Like, I don't know how I got on this algorithm. And I was trying to tell my son, I'm like, dude, it's UFOs. It's something. He's like, it's nothing. It's nothing, for the longest time. And then the mainstream news started like reporting on it. And he's like, yeah, okay. And then I sent him one about a drone that landed on an orb. We'll get to that one. And it just fell out of the sky. So there's some stuff going on here. This is an interesting time of year for this stuff to be going on. So Trev, let's jump in, and I want to react to some of these videos and talk about them.
Okay, I'm texting myself the Ezekiel's will and the ChatGPT breakdown. Okay, so let's share screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a text feed that comes from 2 sections. So one of them, you guys have seen Conspiracy Corner podcast that we put on here 2 or 3 times, talked about Bigfoot, got Coach Cash on there, and Dave and Jackie. We have a thread, and it's a conspiracy thread. And I'm going to take you through the timeline of when we started discovering, like, look at this video, look at this video. Oh, drones, UFOs. And you can kind of see what we're learning as the progression goes. So it's kind of like a good timeline of that. And here's the thing that's really cool about both of these. We come to this point where we're seeing, like Shane said, orbs, and we're seeing drones, and we're seeing UFOs. Okay. And we're not gonna solve anything except for the drones. We won't solve the UFO things and the lights. And yet there's people that are out there, which is the first video we're going to watch, a guy named Ross Cothert, and he works for News Nation. And if you guys remember Ross, he's the one that made David Grush famous. And David Grush is the whistleblower that worked for the government and testified on Congress. And he's the one who said that the U.S. government has recovered multiple vehicles of non-worldly origin. Okay. The U.S. government, he worked for the U.S. government. He testified in Congress. He came on Ross Cothert's show first and is telling them this. So Ross is now in contact with all of these whistleblowers inside the U.S. government, all from the Air Force to the Pentagon to NASA. Like, he's just getting flooded right now because they're protecting whistleblowers, and Trump is going to protect them. And everybody knows about this even more, right? They were coming out before even Trump, right? So Ross says that he knows what they're doing, and it's going to get worse in January. And he says that he'll tell us in the future what it's going to be. So we're going to start off with that.
Okay, perfect.
And it's crazy. Like, it's sci-fi, and at the same time, when you hear what the actual real story that's going on about these drones, we're 99% sure we know what's happening with all these drones. It's like an entire season of 24 where Jack Bauer has to save a population zone. It's the worst possible scenario. So hang with us till the end, okay? You're not gonna, if you live in the Northeast. Okay. Let me go to my screen here. Okay, here we go. So this is Ross Cothert. Oh, page not of it. Oh, don't tell me. Okay.
We need to know for sure that our aerospace is safe. And at the moment, the US government, quite transparently, and neither can the British government, nor my country, the Australian government, give that assurance in the face of what we are seeing in our skies. For 2 weeks plus now, I think it's up to 16, 17 days, there have been sightings of craft of some kind. Some of them apparently do have an audio signature that is consistent with some kind of propeller or helicopter blade. They're not jet turbine, but they are hovering in some cases for many, many hours at an end, basically continuing to hover over very sensitive military facilities with apparent impunity. Now, whatever you say about whether these are UAPs or drones, that's an issue. That's a national security concern. And some of the people in the national security complex would basically say that's a threat, because until we know what they are, they are, by definition, a threat.
Okay, so that's no bueno. So then we're going to go...
Wait, so was that a regular drone? Because that movement, was that just someone zooming in and out, or...
No, these things are moving quick. Like you'll see these
more. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be the congressman responding.
Also on the transportation committee, on the aviation subcommittee, and I've gotten to know people, and from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off. I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones. Is everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly. Now, we know there was a probability it could have been our own government. We know it's not our own government because they would have let us know. It could have been some really glorified hobbyists that were doing something unbelievable. They don't have the technology. But let's pretend that's possible. The third possibility was somebody, an adversarial country, doing this. Know that Iran made a deal with China to purchase drones, motherships, and technology in order to go forward. The sources I have are good. They can't reveal who they are because they are speaking to me in confidentiality. These drones should be shot down. Whether it was some crazy hobbyist that we can't imagine, or whether it is Iran, and I think it very possibly could be, they should be shot down. We are not getting the full deal, and the military is on alert with this.
Look, you've given us some pretty dire information here. I want to make sure that our viewers are digesting this. Iran has the capability to pull up along our eastern seaboard and launch drones the size of an SUV into the skies of several states, particularly New Jersey, where we know the incoming president has a large home, also in the same county or nearby where some of these drones in New Jersey have been seen.
Okay, this is like we're watching a movie on Netflix, and I'm like, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, no kidding. Keep it going. I want to keep this going.
We're going to go to the end. I just had to drop that in.
Before you go, you just need to see her face and how she's communicating this.
Look at it right now on pause.
But on point blank, she's trying to get like this is. I need to help you understand something, everybody that's watching Zion Media. This is a black thing, okay? Yes, this is her just, I don't know how to put it into words, but this is like her trying to say, okay, legit, tell me what is happening. But
she's like, wait, you're telling me
we're in a cartoon. Like, she's trying to confirm that she's not in a cartoon or some movie. She wants him to confirm on live air what he just said.
Yeah, coming as a non-black guy, I would do the same thing. So is that like a white thing, or what's the black? Help me understand the black thing, David.
I saw the move that she did. I know that they're just a little more.
Is it a black thing?
It's just. I would say this. Having spent a ton of time in the South, their personalities get like, what? Huh?
She made a shift.
We did a little cool. Like, okay, so tell me, like, we keep it like this. They're like, huh?
I'm going to go back 20 seconds.
Yes,
Just so
please.
we can see the spot when it happened.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
I promise you, I'm not tripping.
I believe you. I don't understand the black part.
Get us up on the side. Get us up on the, so we're not below the bottom.
I don't know.
It's
David,
kind of a little angle, though.
maybe you guys could do it. Here we
There
go.
we go. Right there. Okay, go.
Capability, dire information.
Right here. Right here. Watch.
That our viewers are digesting.
Cool right now.
Iran has the capability to pull up along our eastern seaboard and launch drones the size of an SUV into the skies of several states, particularly New Jersey, where we know the incoming president has a large home, also in the same county or nearby where some of these drones in New Jersey have been seen. That capability exists. It's possible some of those drones are here. So I have two questions. How are they fueling them? They have to land somewhere. Drones don't fly forever. Why don't they close down the airspace? Yes, it's inconvenient. Yes, it's the holidays. Shut it down. But if you start shooting, you know how they're fueled, that's going to be mass explosions. This isn't like one spy balloon. Congressman, this is serious.
We've got to bring them down, and we've got to find a way to bring them down. I don't know exactly where they're landing. Obviously, I have some information. And again, this isn't just Jeff Van Drew. Oh, let's get on Aris Faulkner's show and say something outrageous. I'm telling you the straight deal from very high positioned individuals who are telling me this. And the bottom line is they're launching them. They are across the country. We don't even have anything like this. Now, our government and also certainly our hobbyists don't. So think about it.
We don't even have anything like this. Well, that was the most discrediting comment he said so far.
Not only do I have the information, but it's also common sense. We've got to get them down. We've got to determine how they function, what they do, make sure that we can get them, and you're right, in a safe way. When I say shoot them down, get them down any way that you can, but right now they're probably extracting information. This is a clear and present danger to the United States and to our president-elect, and it's a serious business.
Okay.
Oh, here. I mean, for him to say we don't have anything like that, I mean, come on. Then basically what you're saying, if you're saying that it is Iran, then what you're saying is that Iran has greater technology than what we have. So, and I'm not buying that. Okay, what else we got, Trav?
Okay. Listen, there are governments, there are drone stocks that are multi-billion-dollar stocks on the New York Stock Exchange and on the NASDAQ. That the number one customer is the federal government. Okay, these are billion-dollar companies, $30-40 billion companies. Where there's a lot of drones that are being sold to the U.S. government. We have so many drones; it would shock you guys how many drones we have. Okay, and we're spending more and more on them, and they keep upgrading them with AI. So this is a time-lapse view of the New Jersey sky. What you're going to see here are not the drones, I don't think. I think, Shane, these are the orbs. Okay.
Okay.
There might be a few drones that are layered in, but guys, this is only a minute 19, but it's
Hey, Trev, could it also be that, I mean, are these drones trying to get to these orbs and look and see what these orbs are? Like, are we sending up drones trying to be like, let's go look at the orbs?
Could be all the above, right? This is about 3 minutes fast forward. You can see the cars going a little bit faster below, but this is a lot of activity. I've seen orbs before, but I've never seen multiple. I've seen videos of multiple. This is a good example of one. Okay, here we go. Well, that's a lot of activity.
A lot of activity.
Pointed out a lot of airplanes.
It's a whole city in the sky. What the heck am I watching?
People have uploaded this into ChatGPT. It identified some of them as airplanes, about 13%, because they said the flight pattern that they went on, they identified them. But then the majority of them don't go in a straight line, like 87% of them don't. And it identified some of them.
They're just disappearing.
As drones. Something like 70-something% of these are no clue. UAPs.
This is not AI, right? We've confirmed.
No, this is not, dude.
You can tell it's real. There's cars driving past.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Look down here. You'll see cars drive by.
Huh.
Hey, look at that big one. Look at these big ones right here.
Yeah, well,
These are all spirits that are just going from city to city to visit their family.
dude, these could be fallen angels. You know what I mean? This could be
Well, they could be angels.
yeah, they could be angels. Why are we all of a sudden seeing angels?
Veils bending for
On Twitter.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the next video. This is another New Jersey state senator. He's claiming something else. Guys, these are senators who, this is like,
I suggested
that this is very damaging to their reputation coming forward if this ends up not being true. So someone's told them in confidence this information that's, they're going to a senator or to a congressman whistleblowing, and they're telling them these things. So there's either government people lying to congressmen and senators, getting them to go on the air to say these things, or these things are really happening. It's one of two things. Either one, shocking. Here we go.
drones are coming from offshore, that when we try to make contact with them, they become evasive and elusive. From my perspective, if they are American assets, if they're American military, if they're American drones, then I think we owe the American people answers or explanations. But if they're not American made, if they're not American drones, then I think we owe the American people action. And if no one else is saying, I'll be the first one to say it. If these are not American assets, then we need to get our assets into the air and blow one of these things out of the sky, pick up the pieces and figure out what we're dealing with. Because quite frankly, we're the United States of America. I mean, I think we need to do a better job here. To the best information.
Oh, yeah. So more information or disinformation. We don't know what that is. But again, very damaging to a senator if it's not true. I'm going to see what this is. I don't quite know. Okay, I wrote a post about this yesterday, but it's time for New Jersey drones thread with some evidence I've been collecting from afar. If you want to go on the thread, stay on. Okay, this is a picture that a lot of people were showing, and this does not look like a drone. So people were like, what is that?
It's more like an airplane.
Yeah, so I'm going to go into the thread. How do I get into the thread? Maybe because I'm not logged in, it won't let me into the thread. That's okay, because we'll go to the next one. I'm going to do videos instead of threads. More entertaining. Okay, after that, we got... Okay, I know who was operating the drones. So this is something that we found out. We don't know. This is just information we're learning, and it's... oh crap, this is a timeline jump for me. We're just going to tell you what's going on. This is as of now. Twitter collectively thinks this about the drones. Okay. So the drones are Project Bluebeam. Oh, the drones are Project Bluebeam looking for vids of transforming balls of light to planes when filmed to see yourself. The government is not investigating. They are doing this. Whatever you see in the coming days, it is not God. Okay, sorry, this isn't what we know. This is timeline. I'm sorry. This is what we thought we knew when we knew it, right? So we thought that now this is Project Bluebeam, and Project Bluebeam is, for those of you who don't know what it is, it's this technology that the government has that they could fake an alien invasion. They could actually project images through the ionosphere, and they can project what looks to be anything. We did this in the Desert Storm War with Iraq, and it's one of the ways that we got Iraq to surrender. Do you remember how fast we captured Baghdad, guys, in that second Iraq war? And people were like, they just laid down their weapons. Do you remember this?
Right.
Okay, so they used Project Bluebeam, and they created these audio waves, and they basically projected Muhammad in the clouds to them and gave them a message to surrender. This is true. We did this, U.S. government, and it worked to a great extent. We have that same technology. We could create a fake alien invasion, and there's been whistleblowers that have come out. Dr. Stephen Greer, everybody knows about him. He's had countless people say that in one point in the future, the U.S. government is going to stage an alien invasion for control of the government or the constellation of powers, shrinking powers, very similar to 9/11. Think about all the laws that we have now in place, from the TSA to the Patriot Act to the NDAA, to the ability to spy on us, to the ability to detain for terrorist reasons. If there's an alien invasion, they have a whole line of laws they can put in effect to gain more control, right? And people have been whistleblowing about this for a very, very long time. This Twitter thread is saying, oh no, we're screwed. They're doing Project Bluebeam. So I'm going to read here. This is a 25-year radio operator for a major agency. Thought I'd let you all know what's been going on the past few weeks. The drones are part of a military, quote, drill being conducted by Space Force. Everything is on a need-to-know basis, is why there's so much confusion. What gets me concerned and why I make this post is that something big is about to go down. I happen to know that there are additional full lockout drills that are scheduled to take place between now and Christmas Eve. The operations involve full turnover of all radio tower and aircraft communication to the military for several hours at a time. In conjunction with that, there are scheduled satellite launches off the books, which have been occurring since October. They are setting up a new, oh my gosh, my screen's red. They're setting up a new kind of big show for the public very soon. CNN was at our factory shooting pre-roll footage for a full story. I don't know exactly what is going on, but all I know is get ready. Okay, that's not good news.
Well, there is so much going on, and it would, okay, here's what would make sense. Let's assume that there is things that are angelic, that are new stars, that are these orbs. You wouldn't want people to know what was going on. And so you would create all sorts of misinformation and misdirection as you're trying to figure out what these things are. And so you'd be sharing tons of different stories out there.
Completely. Dude, are you seeing this one? You guys watching?
Wait, pull it up. Pull it up.
Yeah.
No, go back. We make it big.
I'm not on share screen. Okay, hold on.
No, you are. We can see it. You just got to make it big.
That's as big as I want.
What the heck?
Go to the beginning.
Okay. Watch how fast this thing moves. That's not a drone there for sure.
No.
Not at all.
Watch how it moves too. Drones go in more of straight lines and stuff. They're not like this thing
It can like crab walk like the new Hummer.
and it like curves in a different way.
Wait. Just so you know, drones can move like that, but shine like that, I can't. That's crazy.
Drones don't naturally move like that. Like you could go fire it. Look at that. It just dimmed its light by like 90%.
Rewind. I missed that. That's crazy.
Just keep watching. We got 30 more seconds here. We're going to see what it does as it stays there for a little bit. This is what they're calling an orb. So there's the drones, there's the orbs, and there's the UFOs. And there's those planes that we saw that picture of on that last one. Okay.
What else you got there?
So now we're going to go to... Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to say, like, there are some incredible drone pilots that will film their whole thing. Just saying.
Okay, here we go. Now we're getting pictures of drones. This is one of the first confirmed ones in the day because most of them have been at night. And they're saying this thing's the size of like an SUV. And these are everywhere. And we think we know what these are, and I'll tell you at the end. That's called a sniffer drone. Sniffer. And try to think in your brain what it could be sniffing out. All right. So that's a good view of that.
Unreal.
Meanwhile, these orbs are going on. UFOs are going on. New Jersey right now. Let's see what this is. I don't know what any of these are.
Smashing pumpkins. They only come out at night.
Oh, cool.
Look at that.
So this is being
Fish.
Frank Terminators. Is that what it is, Terminator? Okay, I thought that could have been a real footage, but that's just a meme that I happened to forward. Let's go to the next one. Okay, now this is so legit, such a problem. The Pentagon has to respond, guys. Now, assume that everything that comes out of the Pentagon's lips are lies, first and foremost, and try, this person's job is to speak legally,
To spin.
these are probably the government's drones, okay? And so everything they're going to say here is not true. And, it might be because they can't tell the truth because of China or Russia. Like, we don't want to tell China and Russia if we have this type of technology, if it's the type of thing that I'm about to tell you about. We also don't want China and Russia to know these things in case the Jack Bauer 24 problem is actually happening, okay? So there's a lot of lying here, but there's a lot of things they confirm.
Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
Okay, cut. This is a compilation. I'm sorry. They basically came out and said that they're not foreign adversaries. Okay, well, if they're not foreign adversaries, they're ours. But then later on, I ask them if they're ours, and they say they're not ours. So that's where the speculation of UFOs are coming in. Okay,
That's right. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
From the Coast Guard, who said that one of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones as they went through the water.
These are 6-foot drones that are somehow evading our detection. They are not being detected.
They're saying no threat, but how the hell do they know? They don't know anything. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it comes from. They don't know nothing.
They know that they can't track them. They know that they don't emit a signal. They know that they can't see them when they turn their lights out. They also indicated that they don't know where they come from. They don't know where they go to.
One family claims they followed a drone in their car, and while it hovered above them, the clock in their car changed times. Some of the FBI agents that have been assigned to look into this have reported drones flying over their home.
There's right here over Picatinny, there was a drone just hanging out. I put my drone up in the air and went towards it. I had full battery life. Not 3 minutes into the flight, I lost control of the drone. Warning on my screen, lost control, and my drone started going down dead.
These are fully charged batteries. It's 2 batteries that have died within seconds, and the drone went up and, like a couple feet off to save us, and then came right back down.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. These drones have evasive measures where if other drones come within a certain distance of it, it can zap their battery to dead. So that's why we're not getting good pictures of it.
Have you heard them seeing drones or whatever coming out of the ocean? Have you heard of this?
Yeah, and we have video of them going into the ocean.
Okay.
Okay, you see it? You see how it goes? See how it goes? And then it becomes a spacecraft or aircraft or whatever you want to call it.
What the is that, bro? To just get smaller?
I'm going to mute this guy just in case. And it was
So bright and so clear, and it was huge. I'm concerned. I issued a letter to ask for more information. Get all transparency about it.
What's this? Because I think people in New York, New Jersey see drones the size of an SUV over their house every night and think that doesn't make any sense.
I understand why people would be looking at this and be concerned about it. We're concerned about it too, which is why we have the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI. My goodness, looking at this, and we're taking it seriously. We.
So everything that guy just said there, Kirby, is true. We'll find out what it is. They are taking it seriously. And they're not telling the public what it is. And that's the big deal.
So do you think they actually do know and they don't want to let us know?
Oh, I'm going to tell you what it is. They 100% know. And there's a good reason why they're not telling us what it is. Okay, we're going to go to Ezekiel's will, Shane.
Let's jump in because there's multiple things going on right now. That yes, we have all these drones, especially over New Jersey, but then we have this, and this is what people are calling Ezekiel's will.
Ezekiel described a wheel within a wheel in the sky, covered in eyes that could move in any direction. He said he heard them called the whirling wheels.
So what do you think these are? Drones? UFOs? Fallen angels? Demons? Biblically accurate angels?
Okay. So,
Did you see that, Trevor? Did I send you the one where the lady said, do you know she was talking to it and it would spin as she would say the name Jesus?
no.
Oh my
You
gosh.
can find that. I'm going to read this. Okay. So
Okay.
this is a combo I had with ChatGPT, and I told it to explain to me Ezekiel's will. And it says the description of Ezekiel's celestial will, the vehicle often referred to as Ezekiel's will or the chariot of the god, is a mystical and awe-inspiring structure that defies earthly design. It is compared of wills within wills, just what we saw in that video. On glowing in the appearance of beryl, I don't know what that is, a precious gemstone with radiant metallic luster. The structure and features, the wills. Each of the will has the appearance of a will within a will, possibly intersecting at right angles, allowing movement in any direction without turning. The rims are described as full of eyes all around it. It looks like that video we just saw, symbolizing omniscience and divine awareness. The wills are massive, so high they are described as dreadful, awe-inspiring, and immense in scale. He saw this thing up close, right? Imagine that thing outer space getting here, how big it would be. Like, that would be terrifying. They travel in all directions, forward, back, sideways, without turning, indicating a supernatural form motion. He wouldn't know any technology like this, right? Like, we're starting to understand this now with our modern science and physics, but back then this would look just like extraterrestrial as it gets. The spirit of the living creatures within the will signify the direct connection with the divine, where the will moves as the spirit leads. Now, the only way he could associate this, Ezekiel in his time, because they didn't have modern physics or machines or even like mechanical devices, is God, and they anthropomorphize, which means they take something and they turn it into a physical thing. They can do that with animals or and so basically he's giving it this spirit. This thing could just be a UFO, what Ezekiel saw, but he doesn't have the comprehension to understand the mechanically. That could be like a craft, right? So he sees it as a spirit, an entity. That's why he says he thinks it has eyes. Like, imagine if you saw these lights, or if there were, windows on a craft, right? He can't even believe that anyone could build this thing, so it has to be a living entity. The wills radiate with fiery glory, with the metallic brilliance and beryl. The divine light of motionless power emanates from the entire structure, giving it an otherly worldly, intimidating presence. The chariot symbolizes the glory, omnipresence, and power of God. The wills within wills represent the divine ability to move and operate in all directions, unbound with earthly limitations. Now, here's the thing, guys. He didn't have a dream of this. He didn't take mushrooms and hallucinate. He saw this with his physical eyes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Big difference there. Somebody could dream or hallucinate or be on drugs or DMT and see this. He actually saw this thing.
No, yeah, he saw this, and it was, I was reading it today to some context. Ezekiel's like in a place of being captured, right? I don't know,
because I don't know know.
So to put some context to what was going on with Ezekiel, he sees a vision, and it's at the same time that they're being basically captured. And so it says the 5th year of the king, I don't even know how to say it, Joachim's captivity. So they're in some kind of a captivity. And listen, if there's a person who knows about captivity, I've been there. And there's something that happens when you're in that state where you are totally reliant on God, because you're being held captive. And so John the Revelator had a similar experience on the Isle of Patmos. Ezekiel's in that state, and he's seeing this. He's seeing our day, and he's seeing this thing. So that, to give it some context of what was going on with Ezekiel at the time.
Yeah, so we're having Ezekiel's will type stuff going on.
Go to what I just sent you. It's going to be on the Latter-day Conspiracy thread, and this is one of those right there. Yeah, check this out. And you could go maybe a minute in. She's going to start talking to it.
Oh, this is the one that responds. Wow, look at that, bro. I would like to know how close that is. Like, is this 5,000 feet, 3,000 feet, 20,000 feet, 200,000 feet?
And it's this lady. She's like, see if I can zoom it. She's watching this thing.
So it goes. Let's see. That's kind of cool.
Watch when she starts talking to it.
Do that. If that's an angel, I don't know what an angel is.
Can you talk to me? Can you hear me? Jesus loves me. Oh, you know Jesus.
Whoa, what?
You know Jesus. Jesus is awesome, isn't he? Yes, he is.
What the heck? You see what activity?
Yeah, it like rippled through it. She said, God is good. It just rippled again. Look at that.
God is good. God is good.
Like a Tesla wheel. You know what I mean? Like those electrical things.
Yeah, that's a Tesla right there.
I know it's not a Tesla arc. What is that thing called? You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I do.
Dude, this is nuts. I'm glad you pointed this out, Shane.
What? Yeah, I mean, so like we're seeing these things at the same time. You got all of these drones, and part of me wonders: are they sending up all these drones because they're trying to figure out what these things that have just appeared in our atmosphere are that can just disappear and shoot? So yeah, and Ezekiel's will. It's an interesting vision that Ezekiel is having. You know, it talks about, it brings up those four people, like the four beasts, and kind of describes them as well in Ezekiel's will. But anyways, yeah, really interesting stuff going on.
I don't know what I'm opening next, but I just figure I'll play it to see what's up. UAP. Oh, these are in China now. Oh, yeah, this one's pretty cool. The way these things turn on and off is pretty...
What am I looking at?
Watch this. And by the way, you're seeing like 5 or 6 different angles. So it's not like this is like one person. This isn't a made-up video.
Yeah, everybody in China has a phone, and they are ready to film.
Well, imagine these are the ones that get out.
Yeah.
It has a very tight lockdown on all their internet. So they don't let people have WhatsApp. They don't let people have Telegram. They don't let people have Signal. Stuff to get info out that's big in China.
Trevor, do you have the one where the drone tries to interact with the
I think so. Yeah.
That flickered out. That was crazy.
Yeah, go to that one, because that one, I mean, that's pretty nuts too.
We're not even finished with this one. You want to go to another one?
Yeah, there's 25 seconds. We'll shoot the sticks and things.
Are you squaring up and down? Okay.
Now to see where it is. Trying to make it bigger. I zoomed in, you know, so it's the apple. All right. I'm going to go to the next one. I'm just going to go in chronological order so I don't skip them, Shane. So I don't know when anything will pop up, but I'm pretty sure I do have. This might be it right here. Looks like it is, maybe. Oh, no. So there is one, though. What in the Star Wars?
That's not a plane.
Nope.
This can't be real. I mean, this is someone that we could 3D video, like a 3D log.
That's not.
Look, it's now turning.
Set the camera.
Strange how it turned too. It like rolled over.
Yeah, well, just like, let me just go turn or like a U-turn.
Run in and get my camera. Nobody was going to believe me.
Like these guys are just filming this stuff on their phone.
Yep. Okay. Look at that. That's maybe 2,000 feet up above the ground. All right. That's pretty cool. That's
like all of this stuff is happening like in the last couple of weeks. It's like gone nuts.
I still have a little bit of suspicion on all this, just so you know. Like,
well, that's what this whole thing is suspicion, David.
Yeah,
well, and remember what the prophet's talking about. He's like, you need to make sure you got the constant guidance of the Holy Ghost to discern. Like, there's a lot going on here.
Okay, so Alex Jones comes out and says many UAPs across America are anti-missile defense systems deployed as a defense to Russia while World War III tensions rise. So Alex Jones goes on and says that the things that they're seeing in the skies are like some protection that the U.S. government has. It's a secret technology that it's like a shield, like, like the X-Men or freaking, Iron Man, like a missile defense shield, and not like an Iron Dome in Israel where they're bang, 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 shoot it down, like actually like a force field type shield.
Hey, is that Alex Jones right there? Why does he look so much cooler now? Did we change timelines where he actually looks cool?
He's like
he's lost a ton of weight. He's being healthy. He's lost a lot of weight.
And he's dialed in his beard and shaved his head.
That is a Baldwin cut.
That's a new improved Alex Jones, dude.
Yeah, that's a different. We compress timelines. Yeah, it's a new and improved Alex Jones.
Oh, Elon Musk and Joe Rogan helped him get up alcohol. He was drinking like a fifth of vodka every single day, and you could see it in his face. He was drunk most of the time on his show for a long time, and he's completely kicked that and lost a ton of weight. And he's doing good.
Okay.
And he thanks Elon Musk because he said Twitter gave him his life back because he had been completely blacklisted from everywhere.
Yeah, totally. Okay, what else we got?
All right, next.
I sent you the ones.
This might be it.
That was really special to be sure about Alex Jones.
Oh, check this sucker out.
And you got to be a lot more careful around them. And it really hasn't been a recent way that you go at it. For which duty kinds of days in these very, very high state being very precious around us as we're now getting through and doing those pre and post artist work.
David, what is this?
Someone's zooming in or something. I don't know what. The flashing now? Okay, that's weird. I'd sure like to see this in real life.
Dude, I've been going outside, but it's been so cloudy here in Utah because I guarantee you there's
This one's a drone, but the one before wasn't.
It looked like it was the same thing. It just morphed into a drone. I don't know what I'm looking at.
You know what? That looks like that plane image that we saw. Right?
Okay. What else you got?
All right. So people are just like, we don't know what's going on. There's just everything's in the sky.
Why isn't Ward Radio making videos about this?
I mean,
this is more our vibe.
Yeah. We're like they call us the National Enquirer, David.
Yeah, we're the National Enquirer of LDS content.
But only on Zion Media. Wow. Look at that.
Holy cow.
I don't know what we're seeing there.
Like a laser.
That thing is completely stationary shooting.
What's shooting? Missing it?
There's a light on the bottom.
Missed that one. Let's there. Oh, okay.
We go. Diagonal.
Okay, next one. Next one.
It is stationary shooting.
We're just lucky that guy didn't swear. So we don't have to edit it. Okay.
We're all getting edited.
Okay, here's one. This might be the one, Shane.
No, I sent it. It's going to be at the bottom now because I just sent it to. Well, I sent it to the Latter-day Conspiracy thread, so you'll have to pull it over.
Okay.
This. Saw this one. We saw this one.
Okay.
But that one's shocking still, nonetheless.
I'm going through the whole timeline. Make sure. Okay, this is what Trump actually sent this image of Christie. on Trump's Twitter, you guys.
The guy's hilarious.
Is that the meanest? Okay.
Right there. That's the one. Check. This is going to blow your mind, David. Watch this. It's been a drone.
It is the most insane drone and orb video that I've seen. Because we finally have a video that shows the drones.
Clean in color.
Orb. All in the same video. So that's an orb. People have been seen taking videos and photos of either the orb by itself or the drone by itself, but we finally have both. So the theory is that the drones are the United States government's drones. It's our drones, but these orbs are the UAPs or the anomaly that they're searching out. And the United States government isn't telling us why they have these drones out because they don't want to tell us, oh, yeah, hey, there's orbs floating around our atmosphere that we don't know. But watch the slide. It's absolutely nuts that she was actually able to get this on film. Just watch. It's checking it out, getting closer.
It was closer.
Watch this. Watch. There it is. You see it just went in it? Then watch what happens.
It
Wherever was just shut down the drone. That was a drone.
He didn't like it.
It touches the orb and just crashes.
Whoa, that's cool.
Is that like a portal?
No.
I mean, it went in, it was gone for a second, or at least one with the orb, and then.
Well, I mean, depending on what it could be like a force field, you know?
I mean, everyone's going to have to do some radioactive
Okay,
stuff.
check this one. Check this out. And then this is going on in people's cars.
Oh, yeah, this is crazy. I love this.
Is it a Rick roll?
Watch. This is like what happens when we record.
Time to go to the temple, everybody.
What is that? That's some
People's cars are doing this.
In New Jersey.
Someone's broadcasting this. Like the cars don't do it. Something's broadcasting it to that FM channel, and they're having tens of thousands of people call in on that. All right, that's the end of my thread. Do you send some other one, Shane, or is that it?
No, that's it.
Okay, so let me tell you what is going on now with the drones. And
okay, so let's get into what people think is likely going on, or who knows, right?
So what's now happening is that, and it makes sense why the government's doing what they're doing. They have lost a dirty bomb, okay? A nuclear device that they believe came out of Ukraine, and they lost it in the New Jersey seaport. And so they have these drones that are called sniffers, and they've been deploying them since this time, and they can detect gamma rays. So, you know, you have video, you got infrared, there's a gamma ray spectrum, and they're designed just for this, for the government to send them over any facility to detect if it's a nuclear facility or if there's been any gamma ray exposure. The moral of the story, guys, is like friggin' 24, the worst case scenario, Mission Impossible. There's a nuclear weapon that's inside the northeast.
And so so they believe that all of those drones are looking for that. And they don't want to tell people that that's what they're doing because it would create this mass.
Oh, you'd have 30 million, 60 million people fleeing out of the entire Northeast, Christmas. They don't know if it's intended.
Where did you hear this from? Where did this come from?
Oh, it's all over Twitter. Like all over the place.
Okay. Do we have any credible, super credible sources?
Charlie Kirk, if that's credible enough.
Okay.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. Lots. Like there's a bunch of them that are now reporting it.
So what do you make of, if that's the reason for the drones, that makes sense. What about these orbs? What about these light things that if you say Jesus's name, they get all really, really like, what is that?
The Ezekiel's will. at the same time that this is happening, we just happen to be in the coolest timeline. Okay. You have to consider the fact that we are in the post-COVID earthquake, Moroni dropping, Chief Mitiga timeline. Right? And so what's happening is both things are happening at the same time. And so when I say both things, it's really three things are happening at the exact same time. Number one, we're on an episode of 24 and they're looking for a bomb. Okay. And Jack is trying to solve it right now. That's happening. The number two thing is the Watchers are returning. Okay. They're actually returning. They're manifesting in the sky. We're seeing miraculous signs. And number three, the government knows it. They've known about it. The Catholic Church knows about it. Lots of people know that they're coming back.
Trev.
Let me finish this. And the number three thing is we're going to fake our own alien invasion before they come to consolidate power so that we can fight them when they do come.
Trev, you just mentioned the Catholic Church. They're opening some door. I don't know if you can pull that up, but that's a whole other thing that's happening right now. There's some door that hasn't been opened in 2,000 years that the Catholic Church is opening on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Like, what's that?
Doors, bro. So it's kind of funny because is my screen still shared or no?
It can be. Yeah. We just got to go to the view.
Okay. Let me click on it. Okay. So, here we go. Pope is opening 5 holy doors at the Vatican starting Christmas Eve. He's just ushering in the millennium, dude. Pope Francis will open 5 holy doors at the Vatican in a long-standing Catholic tradition that will introduce a never-before-seen ritual. Every 25 years, the pontiff opens 5 sacred doors to mark the Jubilee year in the Catholic calendar. Come on, bro. The tradition dates back to 1300 when it was decided to be carried out not every century, but it was latter introduced every 25 years. But we just so happen to be in one of the century things. If you do every 4 of those, it's every century. And if you trace those all the way back to Christ, this is a very big one that they're doing. So it's funny because you know how we have all the key clutchers?
Yeah.
We got all the key clutchers. I saw on a key clutcher Instagram thread, someone said, bro, President Nelson ain't opening portals.
Well,
maybe he should be.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm being joking about that, but why is the Pope opening portals? So there's 3 things that are happening, guys. It's the Jack Bauer 24 episode. It's the Watchers are actually returning. It's going to happen in our lifetime. And the government knows about it, and they're going to fake their own Project Blue Beam. But whatever drone went into that video that you sent, Shane, that orange thing,
yeah,
that's not ours. The Ezekiel Will video, that's not ours. Those things that they zoom in, they say Jesus, and it interacts to, what is that? And that might be something that's living here on this planet.
Yeah.
That looks like a living entity.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for 2025. It's a 9-year, 2 + 2 + 5. It's a 9-year. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be some cool things happening. And trust me, somehow we broke the seal of the firmament. Somehow the seal of the firmament has been broken. And I don't think these orbs are bad things. They're light. They're light beings. I think they're here to help.
Do you think Elon Musk broke the
firmament? Something did.
I think I think that's an actual thing. And I don't even believe that's an actual thing. But let me pretend that it is an actual thing. Okay. I believe that Elon Musk, the only person, because I don't think NASA even went to the moon. Okay. So if that's a thing and he did break the firmament, look at how blessed Elon Musk is right now. Like Elon Musk, if you were writing a story of like Hercules or Apollo or someone like this, like Elon Musk is worth $400 billion, guys. I just checked because of how much Tesla's gone up in the last couple of months. He's worth $400 billion. SpaceX isn't even public. Okay. It's worth like $650 billion. Not even public yet. Starlink is providing.
Oh, Starlink's going to be so huge.
Starlink's providing the internet all over the entire world. Like it's not just, they don't have 330 million customers in the US. It's the entire world. and he's going to sell it to African countries for what they can afford to pay. And he's going to, he's just going to get money from the entire world off of that internet. And the cool thing is, I just learned this about Starlink over Thanksgiving. My brother-in-law, Casey, has someone that he's friends with that works for SpaceX. And he's been with SpaceX from like the beginning. And he said that the original plan, Elon Musk, gave the U.S. government a bid for how he would build a telecommunication network that's independent of what they have. You know what I mean? So right now, the U.S. government has satellites. They have all this stuff, but it's like old school tech. It's not that new age. And they do have a lot of communication through shortwave radios inside the U.S. and that type of stuff. But they asked for a bid for a space satellite thing, and they gave it to him, and he turned it down. He decided to go ahead and build it anyways, because he could then sell it to other countries, or before he sells it to other countries, he'd go to the U.S. and say, hey, I'm going to sell this to other countries, but for national security, you guys might want to just buy it, and I'll sell you an exclusive license to it. And they did it.
Genius. Well, listen, I'm a big fan of Elon Musk. I was like on the fence about Elon Musk, thinking he could be the greatest thing or the worst thing. And I think we're on the timeline where Elon Musk is not the Antichrist. He is happy.
There's a bad Elon Musk. And
100% there is. 100% there is. 100%.
And there's bad Donald Trump, and they're buddies, and they're in office together.
Yep, totally. Cool. Well, this one's been really fun. Hey, post in the comments. We'll try and get this posted here in the next couple of days, because this is heating up and nobody really knows what is going on. There's a lot of thoughts.
Let's post this tomorrow.
Yeah, let's get this tomorrow. Let's get this one on tomorrow. This shouldn't be too much to edit. So this has been really fun. Hey, post in the comments if you know what's going on, or you think you know what these orbs are, or you think you know what Ezekiel's will is, or you think you know what the drones are, or you got some videos, send them to us.
Yes.
I'm trying to go outside right now and just see if it's been so cloudy, but I know there's drones around here. I know there's orbs floating around here, especially in Utah. I know that's going down. So anyways, this has been really fun. And again, 'tis the season. So Merry Christmas. For myself, I'm Shane Baldwin. For my two co-hosts, Trevor the Key Keys and David the Lion Douglas, we'll see you guys all again next time.
I hope I walk the path to Zion, where truth and light can guide me through. I seek the face of my Redeemer, to find my purpose clear and know just what to do. Through every trial, through every shadow, I'll seek the light that breaks the night. I wanna know the deeper meaning, I wanna see His guiding light. I'm seeking Zion, I'm seeking truth, I'm searching for the way to find my place with you. I want the promise, I want the call, to know my purpose here, to give to you my all. I hope I walk the path to Zion, where truth and light can guide me through. I seek the face of my Redeemer, to find my purpose clear and know just what to do. Just what to do. Through every trial, through every shadow, I'll seek the light that breaks the night. I wanna know the deeper meaning, I wanna see His guiding light. I'm seeking Zion, I'm seeking truth, I'm searching for the way to find my place with you. I want the promise, I want the call, to know my purpose here, to give to you my all. I hope to hear the words unspoken, the small voice that stirs my soul. I long to see the heavens open, to know my purpose here, to give to you my all. To you my all, to you my all, to you my all. I hope to hear the words unspoken, it's the small voice that stirs my soul. I long to see the heavens open, to know my purpose here, to give to you my all. Give to you my all. climb the mountains, I'll cross the sea. Whatever it takes to bring me to my knees. With every step, I'll draw more near, until your love is all I feel, all I hear. I'm seeking Zion, I'm seeking truth, I'm searching for the way to find our place with you. I want the promise, I want the call, to know my purpose here, to give to you my all. I'll go back to Zion, across the sea of face someday, to understand you in your kingdom, to know your love will guide my way.